This is Pastor Unpacked. Real talk, real faith, real growth. Let's break down life with Jesus. Come on, church, let's unpack it.
What if Jesus is waiting on you? Try going. Hello, I'm Pastor Bob McCain from Wadsworth Church Nazarene. I'm here with Scott Baumgartner, and today we're talking about Jesus and what is he waiting on us? And this is me. I'm going to try not to get on my soapbox here with this topic. But this summer at the church, and this is the hardest I've ever hit this subject in my 15 years of being a minister, is I'm literally attacking this subject of sharing our faith with people, being a witness. And because, man, talk is cheap. It's so cheap. And in the church, we fall for the trap of talking about it on Sunday and not doing anything about it during the week. And I'm talking in the big church. This is not a Wadsworth problem. This is a church problem of us talking about making disciples and not doing it. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to teach different ways that we can share our faith. I'm trying to show that it's simple, that it's not a script. You know, it's just listening to the Lord on how to be there for somebody, you know. But man, I've never hit it this hard. You know, it's usually like one message and then move on to the next week. Well, this is all summer long, and I'm hoping the Lord lets me stop in September. But all summer long, just staying. The foundation of this summer is the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. That's our main themes. I'm just driving that home every week. People are ready.
Yeah. People
are ready. Jesus just needs the few to ask. We're not asking for the people that want to be harvested. But Jesus is waiting on us. He's waiting on us to help him, so he wants us to go. He wants us to go. But man, in the church we say it. We say it every Sunday, you know. And so like this sermon series I'm doing is called Tomorrow. And meaning, what are you going to do tomorrow? So on Sunday, so Monday when you go back to work, Monday when you go back to your life, are you going to let Jesus use you where you're at? So I'm just, and I go back and watch my messages, and so I always feel better after I watch my message, because when I'm in it, man, I feel like I'm just beating people up. Like I feel like I'm taking a sledgehammer and hitting them over the head, because but I don't want that. I don't want to do that. But I'm telling everybody too, like I'm in the same boat with you. Like I'm pushing myself as well. So I feel like I'm hitting myself. You know, so I think that's why like I feel the way I feel, because I'm in it too. Like and he needs us, and he wants to use us, and so we're dealing with fear, like trying to knock people. That's all I'm trying to do is get rid of fear. And so I'm trying to show them different ways. And so that's why I'm like, renew your mind, love God with all your heart, like get all this stuff, you know, get him working. Then it's just naturally going to come out of you. If you're doing all these things, you're going to love your neighbor as yourself, because you've experienced a great movement in you. It's like how I wanted to really name this topic is my first question, but I was wanting to name it this, but I was like, I don't think people's going to understand what I mean by this. So I asked ChatGPT to give me another way to say it. So that's how we got, what if Jesus is waiting on you? But it's this, you know, how do you get in the good graces with Jesus?
Can you get in the good graces of Jesus?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But it's doing what he says. It's doing what he asks you to do.
Okay.
What I mean by good graces is if you go, like for instance, drive-through prayer that I do, that ministry is in the good graces with Jesus. It's not about Bob at all.
Right.
But I had to do it. Somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to set it up, set the signs up, set out there, let it happen. And guess what's happened? Every time I've done, I've never had a zero. Somebody's always stopped. Somebody's always wanted prayer. And right now I'm at 99 people I've prayed for in the last 16 months.
Wow.
So getting ready to break 100. But how did that happen? Jesus waited on me, wanted me to do it. And so the more we do, the more he's going to speak to you and give you ideas. The more you share your faith, the more he's going to give you opportunities because you're trying.
Okay.
If we don't try, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. And that's where we struggle with sharing our faith, is because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We want it to be easy.
Yeah.
We want it to be, oh yeah, I want that Jesus you're talking about. Give it to me. But we don't know what we're going to do when we. No, man, I don't want it. You're a liar. Jesus didn't rise from the dead. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so we always go worst case scenario in our minds of what's going to happen when I do this. When I go try to do this ministry, here's worst. I didn't tell the churches. I still haven't said it from the pulpit, but I told the group one Thursday night, and it was recently, but the very first time I did a drive-through prayer. Okay, get all set up, sitting there, and I stand up, because sometimes I stand up right in front of it on the curb by the church sign. I just stand there. I don't try to weigh people down. I just let people know I'm there. So I just stand there by the sign. Well, here comes this guy coming down the road in an old pickup truck, and he just cusses me out all the way down the road. And first person, I mean, he didn't stop and pray, just coming down the road, just blah, blah, Jesus, blah, 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 blah. Prayer, what? Blah, blah, just, I mean, road just went just. Me, I was like, that was awesome. I was like, okay, what's the worst thing? What can worse happen now? Like I was, oh, this is good. This must be good. Because it provoked him to make a decision. And that's what the gospel does. It makes you make a decision. Love me or hate me. And so when he did that, I was like, this is going to be good. And then it happened. Boom, 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 boom. 7 people come that day. I was like, wow, this is great. Like, all right, here we go. But I could have.
You could have closed shop.
Yeah, like he did that. So I just ain't gonna. I'm scared. Like, oh, I can't do it. Like I'm going back in my. Going back in my office. Like,
Yeah.
But I had to face the fear and said, all right, you ain't got to stop. Keep going down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you do stop, we're having a conversation.
Let's talk. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what I mean by good graces, is the more you try, the more he's going to support your go. And I'm just trying, man, I'm trying so hard to show that 100 different ways with the church right now. Because I'm just trying to raise up the few, whatever that few is. Because that's what it means to follow him. When he asked the disciples to follow him, they didn't know what that meant.
Right.
He's asking them to leave. He asked them to leave everything they're used to and say, follow me. And man, they did it. They did it by just his word. He wasn't doing much whenever he called them. This is at the beginning of his ministry. And he calls them, hey, come with me. And I'm like, what? So it's just, so Jesus is waiting on us. Like, feels like our church, Jesus is waiting on us.
Yeah.
We're trying to reach 100 for the 100th. Like, I think that's part of like why he's pushing me, because I'm seeing we've grown some, but like it'll grow even more if we do our part.
Right.
And I mean this sincerely when it comes to that, is us grow the kingdom. Grow the kingdom, then Wadsworth will grow like it needs to be, but grow the kingdom, and that's why I say this at the end of our podcast: go somewhere, go to church somewhere.
Yeah,
you need it, and so it's just interesting. But it's been good so far. Like, I'm getting conversations with people where they're trying, they're doing it, and God's blessing their conversations. So that fires me up.
Yeah.
When these few stories I'm getting, all right, because it's about the few, right? If I would go crazy if I would try to get every single buddy in our church to do it.
Yeah.
I'd have mental breakdown and be put in the hospital.
Right.
Because it would literally, imagine trying to get somebody to do something they don't want to do.
Yeah. If you have kids, you understand that.
And so I talk to the masses, but every week's different, right? So 1 week you get it, all right. Next week you don't get it, but the person beside you gets it. I don't know who gets it and who doesn't, right?
Right.
It's about the Lord speaking into people's lives, because that's why I'm going to do it 30 different ways, because maybe that one way will click. I'll say, all right, yes, I need to do more for the Lord that loves me, the one that died for me, and the one thing he asked me to do, just one thing, give me away. Man.
That's powerful.
That's all we ask.
Yeah.
We get selfish. We get so selfish. And I've been thinking about that a lot. Is I think we're selfish, not on purpose. Meaning, God is so personable that I think we think that he's so personable with everybody. That God can reach anybody, right? He doesn't need us. But God is so personal with all of us that we don't think he needs us. We just think it's naturally going to happen. Because here's the sign of that, is these comments that I hear from people sometimes is we're here, church is here. We've been here 100 years. If people want to come, they'll come. That comes from God is personal, which is great. He is, but he's so personal. He wants to use us to reach people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because think about how big the world is, right? How many people are in the world? And I feel like I'm in touch with him. How crazy is that? Who am I? Right? But I feel like I'm in touch. I have a relationship with God. And it's mind-boggling to think about that. So he's so personal that we think, well, he don't need me. But he chooses to use us.
Yeah.
And he wants us to be part of the team. He wants us to be in the game. See, like I said, I'm trying not to be on my soapbox here, but because I've experienced sharing my faith, and the fun of it. It's fun to get to impact people's lives. It's fun to be get in these situations and to watch God use it and move, and but it's something we don't experience until we do it. You could watch me you could watch me. You can sit there in the parking lot of Drive Through Prayer, sit in your truck and watch me do it, but you still won't experience it.
Yeah.
because you're not in it. But once you get in it, then you're like, oh man, this was great. Like, why have we not been doing this for years? Yeah. Because that's loving your neighbor as yourself. Because you love him. You're passing on what he's given you. His love is going to another.
Yeah.
You know, Hebrews 11:6 says, and it's impossible to please God without faith. Anyone who wants to come to him must believe that God exists, that rewards those who sincerely seek him. John 13:34-35. So now I'm giving you a new commandment. Love each other. Just as I loved you, you should love each other. Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples. So this is going.
I think people need to be reminded of that. It's that just because it's that personable, doesn't mean that you don't need to talk to him.
Yeah, because that's the thing, is if you talk to him, he's going to tell you to go.
Mm-hmm.
And
like you said before in another podcast, is the fear is in your mind.
Yeah. And this is part of from our last podcast, I wrote this question down. I was like, oh man, why are we attracted to minimal action of faith? Sad, man.
Yeah.
Jesus done so much for us, and we want to give him the minimum. And he's, man.
Yeah, that's the world pushing back.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I mean, I'm not well versed in the verses in the Bible, but I do love Jesus.
Yeah. And
I don't understand why you wouldn't, because of what he did.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's not about being well versed when it comes to sharing your faith. You get well versed after you start sharing your faith, because you realize, I need to know this. I need to know a little bit more about this, what to share. But you guess what? You have a story. No matter what, you got a story you can share. Whatever somebody says to you, you can share your story, and they're not going to doubt your story. What they're going to say is, "Oh, that's good for you," but you're still planting a seed by sharing your story. But we have, we come up with excuses all over the place, like my personality, blah blah blah, like just blah 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 blah,
Right.
And that's why it's so easy for me. My temptation is just to move on, talk about it for a couple of weeks, and move on, and talk about how much he loves you, how much he cares for you, how much, and he does, right? He loves you so much, he wants to use you. And I know a lot of his personality, and this is my strength. This is what I love to be in. I love dealing with people, and but I'm still learning it. I'm still learning how to share, and because it's a very unique situation being a pastor. Because, Lord, what do I do? What do I do for you, myself? But then also, how do I help you guys? Help you fulfill the commission, right? Because I can get consumed over here.
Yeah.
If I could say this, I'm going to do it on my own. I'll grow the church on my own. When I need to help the people grow the church, I need to help the people grow in their faith to share their faith. So I'm dealing with me doing more, but also
helping everybody else,
holding people accountable and helping people share their faith. Because it's the number one thing. If you would just listen, if you would pull up any church service, we all talk about it. Go make disciples. Let's go. you know. And man, but we struggle with it.
Yeah.
And I said it a few weeks ago. I think we put too much trust in other people. Meaning, I don't got to do it. Scott's going to do it. Scott will share his faith. I don't need to. And if Keith says I don't got to do it because the league's going to do it, what happens? Nobody does it because everybody else is thinking somebody else is going to do it. Right?
Yeah.
When we need to say, I got to do it because the league's doing it. I got to do it because Sarah's doing it. I want to be part of the game. I want to have great stories to share with them about what. But man, so I'm just trying to convince people to go.
Yeah.
And so it's fun. It's a challenge. And I will move on, and it'll be blended and all that stuff. But this summer, the Lord just said, because I think something's getting ready. I think a great movement's coming at the church, and we just got to want it. And so I'm just planting this seed of the desire to share, and I'm looking forward to the future of the church. But again, like we talked about in the last couple podcasts ago, was I'm also giving them my heart this second year. And this is who I am.
Getting vulnerable.
And, well, no, just sharing your faith. And so we didn't talk about it in that podcast, but churches decide basically in this second, third year and this is natural. It's not like they're sitting around a table, asking this question, but basically what they're figuring out is do we want to become the pastor's personality? The churches become the pastor's personality. If it doesn't jive, then you know what I mean? You're butting heads. So somebody's got to back off. Am I going to back off and just go with the flow? Or are we going to both compromise? Because I think it's what it is. It's a compromise of me as a leader. Got to say, look, I'm not always going to get my way, and that's fine, right? Mm-hmm. Let's be a good team, right?
Right.
And over here, they got to say, it's all right. He's pushing us, and we got to want to be pushed, right? Or they can say, nope, no, we're not. And so there comes that struggle. So I've got to witness that. Like, if you look at a pastor that's been there 7, 8, 9, 10 years, their church is usually behind them because they're on the same page. They understand what he's trying to do. And so that's what this year is like, this is my heart. And I shared it with them when I interviewed. I love reaching people, and that's what we're called to do. And so this first year, it's been building that trust. Like, I'm here for you. Like, I'll do anything for you, but I want to do the same thing for somebody I don't know yet. Right? If you bring somebody in, I'm going to do everything possible to be their pastor. And so it's just figuring that out, right? Mm-hmm. And can you see that? Can you see how that, what I'm talking about with the personalities and connecting all that? Can you see that, what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, you got you got a go get them kind of personality, which draws people in. Yeah. They gotta like you to follow you. Yeah. That's with anything.
And every person has that. Yeah. Every pastor has that draw. It's just a different kind of draw, right? Right. And I think that's why God uses pastors at different churches at different seasons, because there's a season that churches, people got to learn something, and then like we're always learning, mm-hmm. and then sometimes we got to get back to why was this time in history? Why was the church exploding? I find out details. Well, they were heavily invested in the community. They were doing a lot for people. They were. So what does it? What does it prove? If you go,
Right.
you will grow.
Yeah.
Not just the kingdom grows, and because not everybody's personality is different. Not everybody's wired like me. But because I'm wired this way, guess what? I got weaknesses that are complete opposite of that. And so that's where I get to lean on people in the church that's got their strength is my weakness.
Yeah.
And so I realized too that, okay, this is my strength. How can I help them grow in that to where they're open to it? Because it took me a long time to learn that not everybody's like me. Because I'm just like, come on. And I had to realize, okay, I got to be patient with people. Just like Jesus was waiting on you, Bob's got to wait on you, right? And that's okay, you know. But I got to give opportunities. I got to teach and show and do and help and be there for people. Because Jesus loves the world, and he wants the world to know him.
Yeah.
And so he wants us to be part of that. So keep going, get into good graces with Jesus, and just by going. It's Pastor Unpacked.
This is Pastor Unpacked. Real talk, real faith, real growth. Let's break down life with Jesus. Come on, church, let's unpack it.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.